to downgrade Windows 10 to Windows Vista. I'm Carmelo B. Let's get started. So what you need to do first is download a Windows Vista ISO file, ISO file. I have those on my website, ISObook, which you can download, and I made the website so I knew it is safe. If you have a Windows Vista DVD or USB plugin that is bootable, you can use that as well. For me, I have an ISO. So once you have your ISO file downloaded, you can take that, and I would do right-click. Also, if you have a DVD, you don't need to do this. Right-click and click Properties, and click Unblock, Apply, OK. Now you can right-click this and click Mount. Once this is done, you should see a folder labeled something along the lines of this. May not be exactly that, and you're going to see a bunch of different files here. One of them should be named Setup, okay, and has this little icon here. Double-click that file. Click Yes if prompted. You can close File Explorer if desired. Also make sure there is enough space on your drive. I believe there is on this one. If there is not enough space on your drive, it is not going to install. Okay, once it is ready, you're going to see a screen that looks something like this. When you see this, you want to click Install Now. As it says, wait. And this is on real hardware, which is why I cannot do a screen record, because that would not be running when I would be installing this. So I cannot do a screen record on this, unfortunately. If at any point it takes a long time, I will simply fast forward through that point so you can see it. Okay, for this part, it is not necessary to click this, because if you were running Windows 10, it's obviously way newer than this. And if you really think you want to do this, like for drivers and stuff, if you don't think they're updated, go ahead and click that. For me, I am just going to click Do Not Get the Latest Updates for Installation. And I don't think you need to worry, because if you're installing this, you know you're at risk anyways, because it is unsupported, and I'm just using it just to test it, just for fun. So I'm not going to be using this as a daily driver. I'm going to keep my internet off for the majority, because obviously it can expose you to viruses. Now, you got to click Accept the Terms. Next. Now it says that upgrade has been disabled. Yeah, so you can upgrade. I am installing a 32-bit version of Vista, and I'm not going to really go into why I'm doing that. I just plan to install special software on it once it's done. But I will tell you that if you want to use the upgrade option, that's probably not going to work with Windows 10, considering it's a newer version. So if you're going to install Vista, if you're going to downgrade, it's really unlikely that you're going to be able to restore your files. But when you choose custom, your files are put in a folder called windows.old, and you can actually restore them after installing, which Windows doesn't like to tell you. But in terms of like your settings and programs, it's unlikely you'll be able to restore those. So keep that in mind if choosing custom, and custom probably is your only option when installing Vista. Here we go. Choose the disk you want to install it on. I'm going to do local disk C. You click Next, and it should install. Oh, or click OK here. And this is telling you about that Windows Old thing, actually, so it does tell you. So click OK, and wait. I'm going to fast forward through this. Okay, as you can see, it is now in the expanding files stage, which is 15%. So there's several stages of this. So it's going to go through copying Windows files, just finished that, and now it's going to do expanding files. So that's going to take a while. So again, I'm going to fast forward through this. Okay, so it says Windows needs to restart to continue, so you could let it do it itself, or you could click Restart Now. Goodbye, Windows 10. So it is going to be restarting now. That is probably the last time you're going to see Windows 10, unless the installation fails and it's able to revert. Wait for that to restart, and do not force restart it because it's configuring all sorts of stuff, I think. It is definitely pretty interesting to think you're downgrading rather than upgrading. Okay, so I have a dual boot, so I have a little selection here, but you might not have this, and that's normal, so don't worry if you don't see this. It's still working fine. So I'm just going to do Windows Setup. And again, if you don't have a dual boot, yours should just do that automatically. So if you don't see that page, you don't have anything to worry about. It looks like it's just going to be black for a little bit. I think it's okay. Yep, it's good. It's just going to load this bar here, and this should load the rest of the Windows setup. You're going to notice the resolution is a bit off. That is because it does not have your display drivers anymore. Once the operating system is finished, we're gonna go install all those drivers again and everything. So if it looks all distorted, you don't have to worry about that. It's normal. Okay, so you could see your cursor and notice how that cursor is a little bit too wide. That's what I was talking about. Things are just going to be a little bit off, possibly. And again, that's nothing to worry about. Okay, so here we have this again. It says, please wait, installing Windows. Should see a screen kind of like before come up any second now. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be doing this for a while, kind of like last time. So I'm just going to fast forward through this. Okay, so now we have it finishing up the expanding files. So that's at 99%. So this part should be done any second. Okay, 100%. So now any second now it's gonna go on to the installing features and installing updates. Okay, here we go. So these are really quick. Should be really, really quick. So installing features and then installing updates. Should be right away. Should be any second now. That should be finished. Again, should not take long to do this part. Any second now. Okay, and now that's done. So now it's going to do this thing called completing installation, so it needs to restart again. So again, you could let it do that or click restart now. Okay, so same as before. It's normal if the following screen does not show on yours because I'm dual booting. But now I'm choosing Microsoft Windows Vista because it now recognizes it as Vista because the setup is completing now. So. Just going to load this screen again with the loading bar from Vista, and then it's going to show the completing setup section. And then after that's done, we should be able to go into the out-of-box experience OOBE section, and that will lead us, of course, into our Windows Vista desktop. So unfortunately, the completing installation can take quite a while in some instances, although in some instances it's also quick, so it really depends on your computer, I guess. I know I've had very varying experiences with the section, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so it says please wait while Windows sets up your computer. So this is normal for it to do this, by the way. Also, I think if you're on Windows Vista RTM rather than SP2, I think you're going to have like a grayed out Vista logo here as well. But I'm on SP2, so I don't have that because it's only on RTM, I think. I don't know if it's on SP1. It might be. I don't think I've ever tried SP1, except on one of my VMs just to test it, and I have no memory of what that was like, so we'll just have to see. And I believe it actually returns to that setup page that we were seeing before after this. So if you're on a 64-bit computer, which I am, you could install x86 or x64 because for some reason the 64-bit processor computers actually allow you to install 32-bit, which is x86. But if you're on a 32-bit computer, x86, you cannot install 64, so it doesn't go the other way. Again, I have all of them on ESOBook. And I chose the Ultimate Edition for this, I believe. Maybe I chose Business. I don't even remember. But I have all the different editions. And if you want all the editions in one, and you can choose from whichever one you want, you can choose the all-in-one. I don't believe the all-in-one ESO has Enterprise, though. I believe this screen is kind of equivalent to the little loading circle where it says like getting things ready and that kind of stuff on Windows 8. So. Do not know why this is taking so long. I still do think it's working though, because as I said, it varies. This section varies depending on the computer and time too, I think. I don't know. I just have really mixed experiences with these parts. Like sometimes it takes a long time, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe it's like running into errors or something, I don't know. I'm not gonna fast forward to this section because I don't think it should take that long, and I don't want to miss the part where it transitions, so I'm just gonna let this go here and watch it. By the way, the ESOBook website may be down for a few days in the coming week because There's this hurricane coming to our area, and I don't know if it's going to knock out our power or not. And if it does, it might be down for a few days, so prepare for that. So like if you want to download an ESO, I would definitely get that done before Tuesday night and Wednesday, because that hurricane Isaias or something is coming towards us. So. I think it shows that maintenance page or one of the error pages I created if it's just down, the server's down. So. Maybe it's taking so long because I chose to do the 32-bit on the 64-bit computer. That could be why. I know newer Windows installations tend to be quicker for some reason, so maybe it's just an illusion because the newer ones have all those other parts of setup that indicate you're already like all finished, but you're really not. So maybe it's kind of just like an illusion. Maybe it's the same amount of time. I don't know. In fact, once I remember I installed Windows 8 and it got kind of hung up around the getting things ready stage, which as I said, I think is equivalent to this part. And this is an older machine too. It's not new like the one downstairs that I have. This is from 2011, so it doesn't have as much RAM and stuff, as much resources for it to use, so that could also have to do with that. It's been 10 minutes. I think like if this doesn't kind of wrap up within the next, I'll say like 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to probably just like cut out part of this video. But if you are hearing this, then it probably finishes up soon. So. ridiculous. What is it doing? Just gonna wait a couple more minutes and then I'm just gonna, as I said, cut out some of the video. If it keeps doing this then. Oh, I hear the machine starting to make more noise. Maybe it's finishing up with whatever it's doing. Oh, now it's settling down again. It's just doing something. Now it's doing it again. It must be finishing this part up. So. I wish they had like a progress bar so we could see what it's doing. Oh yeah, it is finished with this part. I knew it was because I heard the computer starting to make more noise. I had a feeling that's what that meant. Okay, so and now it's going to do this part again. So please wait while Windows continues setting up your... Okay, so completing installation is now finished. So it's showing this Aurora screen with the loading symbol, but there's not much else going on, so let's just wait. Okay, so it looks like it's restarting. So it's probably going to show that the dual boot screen. So again, don't worry if you don't have this, it's still normal. No, interesting, I'm actually not seeing it. Somehow it knew which to go to. Okay, never mind then. So here we are with our Windows Vista loading bar here. Again. Excuse me. And here's our cursor. Here we are. Okay, oh yeah, I chose Vista Business. Okay, so here is our out-of-box experience, otherwise known as UBI or OOBE, whatever you want to call it. So it's basically just the setup. So choose your language, your region, your keyboard layout. Click next, and then now you're going to type in a username. Now you're going to do a password. Okay, and a password hint. And you can choose a user picture. I'm just gonna keep the one there. Okay, type a computer name, so I'm just gonna say that. You can choose a desktop background. This one right here is the default, so I'm just going to click next and it should keep that. I'm going to do Ask Me Later because it cannot install updates since it's out of support. Okay, choose your time zone. So I am Eastern Time. Okay, and now click Next. And Start. And not like it would seem like it would do, it actually is not going to start right now. It's going to load a bunch of different like ads about Vista basically, I think. So yeah, so it said getting it done just got more fun. Oh, how clever. I do like Vista, but these screens are pretty annoying. I am around one of the very little amount of people that actually like Windows Vista. I think Windows Vista is definitely slow on older computers because it was ahead of its time. Okay, so I fast forwarded through a little bit of these loading screens. So it says, please wait while Windows checks your computer's performance. And this looks like the last portion of these screens, and after that it should load our logon screen. Okay, here's the logon screen. So again, it's still distorted, but we're going to fix that after. So I'm just going to log in. So now it says preparing your desktop, and then after that logs in, we should be able to configure it. Okay, so here we are. So we have the welcome center here that loads when we log in. So if you want to keep that open, you can, or you can close it. So I don't have internet connected on here because I need to install the driver for my Linksys adapter, which is right here. Now I don't know if the default driver setup works on this system, but I will try. And if not, I can download it online, I believe. So I would always do the internet drivers first because you might need internet to download the other drivers, which is why I do that. Oh yeah, it looks like it's working, at least so far. Yep. Oh, and if this doesn't work, I actually think I know what I need to do, by the way, because I think I remember. But it might work, I'm not sure. Doesn't seem to be installing, at least not yet. So I'm just going to wait a little bit to see if that starts working. Yeah, I don't think it should be taking this long, so I think I'm going to do it the other way. So if you are having trouble with your drivers, let me show you what I think you should do. So go into Start menu, and in that Start search box, type in DEV MGMT period MSC. Click Enter. And wait. Oh, and now it decides to do this. Isn't that interesting? It always seems to do that, like right when I do the alternative method, the original method starts to work. That's pretty funny. Okay, I remember that this this release sometimes has trouble with, was it the regular one or the 5G one? I don't remember. Well, we'll see, I guess. And now it opens Device Manager. Okay. It's very much is what it normally does. Let's close Device Manager and type in the password. And again, I think I remember there was some sort of issue with Wi-Fi for one of the networks, but I don't remember if it was the regular one or the 5G one, so I guess we'll see. But again, this is an older system, so that's normal. Okay, yeah, so I believe it must have been this one then. Why don't we try this, because I know that was the right password. Why is it hanging up? There we go. All right, let me type that in. See if this one works. And if it doesn't, I have another idea as well, which I can try if necessary. Well then, why don't we go into Device Manager? So dev, dev, mgmt.msc. Click continue. You know what? Actually, no, I do not need to do that because it looks like it just finished installing from the installer in the background. So I'm going to just unplug and then replug in the network adapter on the computer. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I unplugged it and then replugged it in. Let's see if it works this time. I'm going to try this one first because I believe this is the one that was working. Let me just make sure I'm typing it right. I'll type it slower. Let's see. Okay, this is progress. We have this little logo here. Nice, but still not with my, they should have a little globe there if it worked. So, oh, there we go. Okay, there's the globe. Perfect. Okay, so now that the internet is working, I am going to get my display driver. Now I don't know if I need to completely download a new one or if I can just use it from the old disk. So let's see. I have a lot of different versions in here. Isn't that interesting? Oh yeah, it does say Vista too, so this should work. Good. So let's open this right here. And see how this goes. So we're going to need to install the graphics driver to make the resolution work and also to use the arrow theme and stuff like that. Cannot continue. Oh, it must be, you know what? I bet it's because it's for 64-bit. Well, I doubt IE is going to work very well with this version, so how shall I do this? I could do remote desktop. Why don't we do remote desktop? So I'm going to, well, first let's make sure that our network sharing is enabled, so I can just quickly transfer that. I'm just not going to do, hold on one second. I'm just not going to do the USB drive, the flash drive thing right now because that would take a while. Okay. So let me go on remote desktop and see if that works. Okay, let me just get... Okay. Good, perfect. Okay, so let's go in Edge. Just download. Just gotta find out what my graphics driver is that I need here because I don't know which one it would be. So I'm not sure if there's like a specific thing that I need here. I can just search GeForce. So I'm just gonna look here for a second. Maybe this. Yeah, okay. Well, which one is the one I had? I don't even remember because it was so long ago. I think it was GTX, and I think it was 960, if I'm correct. I could find this out another way. Why don't we go into the desktop, personalize, display settings, and see if it finds it in here. Oh no, it doesn't because the driver's not installed. All right, well, let's see if we could just search GeForce in general and see if that works. NVIDIA GeForce driver Windows Vista 32-bit. The game ready driver, yeah, that should be good. I believe so. Why is it not downloading? Hold on one moment. I'm not sure why it is doing that. You know, I might be able to just copy this, and I might be able to view it on the computer here. I also might want to try a different browser on here. No, let's do it on here first. I doubt IE is going to work, but no harm in giving it a try. Oh, it doesn't work with the copying and remote desktop. That's annoying. Okay, what about Google? Will Google work? Let's see if this works. Well, it looks like it's frozen, but I'm not sure if it's working or not. If I copy, open, or just open a new tab maybe. Oh, this looks like the same thing. All right, you know what? Let's try to go back on remote desktop. Try this again. Okay, I'm going to go back on Edge. Yeah, first driver, Windows Vista. See if I can figure out why it's doing that in the first place. Because this button should be green, it should not be gray. It's possible that it's because my system is not like that, but I don't know why it should be doing that based on system. What if I see if I can just find a third-party site to download that on? Let's try this too. This might work. No, probably not. This doesn't look like something that would. This way. Nope, same thing. All right, you know what? Why don't we just search it online? The name of the driver. GeForce Game Ready driver. And see if we could find it on a third-party website. TechSpot. Just want to make sure it's not a malicious website. Oops, that's not good. Okay then. Well, I turned the sound off. I do not know why it is doing that. Probably because the, what's it called? The sound driver has not been installed. Okay, so let's see if we could find the, and this NVIDIA driver, I believe, actually includes that in it, so that would make sense. Okay. Download links for previous versions. Maybe this one right here should be what we need. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So this is downloading now. Oh, you know what? That's actually an older version. And it looks like it does have Vista option on here. And it says 64-bit, but there should be... Yeah, here we go. All right. So this is looks like it's newer. It's now downloading. I don't see it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, good. Let me see if it's still making that sound. Because I could turn the sound on if it isn't. Oh, yeah, it's not. All right, good. Okay. You know what, just for safety, why don't I keep the sound off because I don't want to surprise anyone. Once the sound driver is installed, I'll turn it back on. Okay, actually I don't need to do that because I can actually access right from here. So why don't we just close that up, close remote desktop, and then go in network, and then it can go to the computer downstairs from here, and downloads, date modified, and I can just copy that. Perfect. Now I can just go right in my local computer. Also, I can remove this here. And paste that right there. So this is going to copy over the network, so that'll take like 50 seconds, it says. 45 now. 40. Okay, so I'm just going to open this up. Oh, it says Win 8 and Win 7. It doesn't say Vista there, so I'm not so happy about that. Let's just hope it works anyways. It said Vista on the website, so they'd be lying if it doesn't work. I know this is the official NVIDIA driver because of this interface, so they might have just picked the wrong download for the link. It's possible, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll be able to see right here whether it works here. Okay then, we will use a different one. This is very annoying, searching for drivers. You know what if one of the ones I had previously was 32-bit? Why don't I check just in case? That would be very good if it was. So this is 64. Yeah, so it says it right next to them. Another 64. Okay, so this one does not say 64. This one might work. Yes, it does. Great. Okay, so agree and continue. And I'm just going to do custom, and I'm going to take out the, oh, it doesn't include the, oh no, probably does. Just, yep, okay. Well, I don't know about this, but I was going to try to find the GeForce Experience thing, because that can be annoying. Maybe it doesn't, it's not going to do that this time. All right, so let's just get that last thing out and let's go. Okay, I'm going to fast forward. Okay, so it's finishing up the installation of the graphics driver. And the sound driver is included in here too, so you shouldn't hear those crazy noises next time. So I just turn the, so I'm just going to turn the sound back on. Not sure what that's doing. Okay, sound is back on. I think the default sound volume is 67, I believe. So we'll just put it back at that. Okay, so I'm just going to click restart now. So we'll probably see that dual boot screen again here, so don't worry if you don't have that since I'm dual booting. That's funny, it actually does not look like it's giving that now. So I think I'm going to have to press the F8 to dual boot now since it doesn't want to show it. Must be something in this operating system that tells it that now. It's okay though, because I have ways to do it other ways. So now that we have sound drivers, we should be able to hear the startup sound pretty nicely any second now. And we might be able to also see the logo, and the whole screen should be in a better resolution. So let's see. Yep, I could already see good cursor resolution. Great. Okay, this works perfectly, so let's log in. So we can now see it has logged in, and we can see a way better resolution than before. Now, if you're wondering, well, you said this would turn on arrow. Where's the arrow? Well, I'm going to show you that in 1 second, because it doesn't turn on automatically when you install the graphics driver. It makes it so it can work, but it does not actually enable it. So to enable arrow, what you need to do is you need to right-click the desktop, click Personalize, click Theme, and click Windows Vista. And, oh yeah, it's not in here actually. Click Cancel. So you need to go in this personalization place, and you actually need to click Window Color and Appearance. and now choose Windows arrow, click OK, and now you should have that all set. And as you can see, I have arrow now as my theme, and glass and everything. So it is pretty nice. And as you can see, I have my Windows.old folder here. And I had a previous Windows.old as well, which is why I also have Windows.old.000. So that's the one I'm going to go through. But if you haven't recently changed your system, then it's just going to be Windows.old. You can go in Users, and you can actually find your user folder. And all of your previous files are actually right here. How cool is that? So I can actually move them right in here. So if I just move my documents folder, and we just move that right there. And then I don't think I have anything in there. Nope. Anything in there? Nope. I'm going to carry that over. Okay, downloads. Not sure if any of those are noteworthy, but I'll do them anyway. Oh, you know what, actually? I believe there are ISOs in there, so I don't think that I should copy those. So let's just look at the biggest files, and we just won't copy those, because those are the ISOs. And that will make it a lot quicker. Okay. Oh, and is this one of my ISOs? Yes, it is. Okay, definitely don't want to copy that. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe I do, because that is some important stuff. So let's just move it. See if this is pretty fast. Oh, yeah, that is fast. Okay. Okay. So that has been copied. Okay, so you have favorites. We have links. Doesn't look like anything we need to copy there. Music. Don't believe I need to copy into that. Do not have anything in pictures. Saved games. Nope. Searches, gadget videos. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so therefore, everything we needed is copied now. If you want to retain the window location, you could just do that. So now if you go in your documents folder here, you have all your stuff from your old operating system. Also, if you want to go in your old system and do users and then your user, and then you do after that, you put app data, because it's hidden, you can't just load it, you have to do slash. There may be some stuff in here, like if you want to install a web browser, you might have some web browser cache or something like that that is able to be copied over. Some of your settings might be in here, so it might be worth looking around in here, see if you could find anything you might want to copy. Also, any themes that you created on that old computer would be in there as well. Now, if you go in Program Files, on that old one, there are some program files in here, but I don't recommend just copying those folders over to get your programs, because I don't think it's going to work like that, because there's a lot of stuff outside of program files used to make those programs work. So once you're done with Windows.old, you could get rid of it, or you could just hide it. And it actually will get rid of itself after 30 days of not touching it. What is this? I think I remember this file, and I think I was actually able to just delete that, and nothing bad happened. So I'm just going to delete that. Just cleaning it up, kind of. I'm going to hide this one too. Okay, and now, as you can see, we have downgraded our operating system. So we could go right here, and you can kind of close these things here if you'd like. I'm not really sure. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm just going to use that right there. And that brings up this. Exit. You can stay. And you can exit. Okay, and I also don't want that 100. I could just turn that to 67 like it was at before. And as you can see, we have successfully downgraded our operating system from Windows 10 to Windows Vista. Now, if you would like to activate this, you are going to need a key. If you have a box with a key, you could do that you bought, or you could also purchase keys for Vista online on sites like Bonanza or Amazon for a good price as well. And I believe there are also discs and stuff on eBay, all sorts of places you can get a key. I'm just going to leave this as a trial probably, although I do have a Vista disc downstairs, so I'll see if that works with this, but we'll see what happens. So, yep. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.